Hello everybody, my name's Eileen and I'm the Fashion and Beauty Editor here at Youth Are Awesome. Today we are gathered to film something called the Privilege Project. Privilege is a concept that is fairly important to me and something that I don't feel a lot of youth in Canada today take seriously because we live in such a safe and prosperous country. So today we're going to get some of our bloggers to see just how privileged they truly are and see what they feel about privilege.
The things that you get in life, the opportunities that you receive that aren't sort of the basics that are required, these sort of things that you get to do, things that you get that are given to you because you're lucky to have them in a way, because you're blessed enough to be able to receive these opportunities.
Having better or worse opportunities based on things like your race, your age, gender, religion, sexual orientation.
Privilege is when you can get away with doing something without many consequences while it could mean different for someone else.
I think that privilege is really something that sets us apart, each individual apart from one another. They're very unique to the individual, things that you have but others don't. That really just is what privilege is to me.
I do think I'm privileged. I'm, I guess, upper middle class, so economically I'm privileged and I don't really face any discrimination, so I would say I'm privileged.
I definitely think of myself as privileged. Living in Canada in the 21st century, I think we take a lot of things for granted. Just even going to high school, being able to graduate, knowing that I'll be able to go to college, that's privilege. Other people in the world don't get that opportunity and they don't get that security, but here in Canada, most of us do.
I would consider myself privileged.
Yeah, I would absolutely say that I'm lucky enough to be privileged considering I live in a country like Canada. I have great parents, I have a great family. I think privilege is definitely something that I have and something that maybe I don't properly appreciate all the time.
Considering that I am fairly privileged, I would say probably towards the front. Yeah.
I think I might be a little behind everyone else.
Around the middle region, maybe more towards the front, but I think I definitely won't be one of the first people in the line, and I definitely probably won't be one of the last people. I think I'll definitely be in that middle range of people.
I'm not actually sure where I'm going to stand on the lines, but I'm probably going to be in the same sort of area as like a group of people. I don't think I'm going to be way ahead or way behind anyone.
If your parents worked nights and weekends to support your family, take one step back. If you are able to move through the world without fear of sexual assault, take one step forward. If you can show affection for your romantic partner in public without fear of ridicule or violence, take one step forward. The primary language spoken in your household growing up was not English, take one step back. If you can make mistakes and not have people attribute your behavior to flaws in your racial or gender group, take one step forward. If your parents have ever gone through divorce, take one step back. If you get time off for your religious holidays, take one step forward. If you were ever uncomfortable about a joke or a statement you overheard related to your race, ethnicity, gender, appearance, or sexual orientation, but felt unsafe to confront the situation, take one step back.
lot of the questions, I've actually never even really thought about it before. Like, for example, about like my socioeconomic background, my racial background, and just being able to see like how other youth like me and how their privilege compares to mine, it's really interesting to see.
Before I began the project, I thought that some people in Canada were definitely less privileged than others, but by more severe measures. But after partaking in this opportunity, I found out that although some people are less privileged than others, we're all lucky enough to stay around the same area.
First of all, I feel like in Canada, we are all pretty privileged since most of us actually ended up farther from the start line, but also I guess we weren't as privileged as we thought we were because we were actually pretty far from the farthest point as well. But I feel like privilege in Canada, we were all pretty much really close together if we weren't standing on the same line, and I'm really happy that no one had to let go of each other.
No, I wasn't surprised because although I did expect us to have more diverse levels, I did kind of have a voice in my mind telling me that since we're in Canada, which is a relatively well-off country, that we'd be around where we ended up.
Yes, sort of. I thought like we would be more forward, but in fact we were kind of still in the middle.
Living in Canada, I thought more of us would be really privileged and be pretty, like most of us would be farther up top from the start line. So I was surprised about.